You have understood what we have studied in our previous classes. Hope you all are keeping your book neatly and you are writing everything whatever it's given to you properly to your notebook. And today we are studying the continuation of our previous class. So, in the previous class, we studied what all we have studied. We studied division of polynomials, isn't it? You know how to divide a polynomial by a monomial by a binomial. And also we have studied remainder theorem. Clear? So you know what is remainder theorem. For what we are using remainder theorem. So we know what is remainder theorem. What was remainder theorem? What was it? P of x is a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1 when P of x is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a. Then the remainder is P of a. That was our remainder theorem. And we are using remainder theorem to find the remainder when a polynomial is divided by a linear polynomial. Isn't it? And in this class or in this section, we are going to study more about remainder theorem and also we will see the factor theorem. Okay, so we will go to our topic. So last class we have studied what is a remainder theorem, and also I told you remainder theorem is used to find the remainder. So we have seen some example and I have asked you to do an example. I have given you a question in our last section and I asked you to do it in your rough book. Okay, I think you all have completed your notebook and you are thorough with the topics. Okay, we will go to the topic. So remainder theorem. So I told for what we are using remainder theorem to find the remainder when a polynomial is divided by a linear polynomial. So we will take a polynomial P of x. P of x is equal to some x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. Suppose we are dividing this polynomial by another polynomial. It is said according to theorem it is x minus a. When a polynomial P of x is divided by x minus a, then it is said to us the remainder is P of a. We know we got this a. From where we got this a? A is the zero of this divisor. Isn't it? So here P of x is equal to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. I have taken a polynomial. Now I want to divide this polynomial by another polynomial. We know divisor usually we are taking as g of x. G of x is equal to x plus 1. Okay. And I will find the remainder when this polynomial P of x is divided by x plus 1. Here you can see the divisor was x minus a. So we took it as the remainder is equal to P of a. When you are dividing P of x by some x plus 1, it is. So what will be the 0 of this one? 0 of x plus 1 we have to find. Then only you can get the remainder, isn't it? Here a is the 0 of this x minus a. Okay, the same way to get the remainder you have to get the 0. So here with what we are dividing it is x plus 1. So 0 of x plus 1 will be equal to, that is we will take x plus 1 is equal to 0. We will take x is equal to minus 1. 0 of x plus 1 is equal to, it is minus 1. Okay. Now you have to find the remainder. So we know 0 of x plus 1 is equal to minus 1. So what will be remainder by our remainder theorem? Remainder is equal to, what is it? It is p of minus 1. Clear? So when you find p of minus 1, you will get the remainder when this polynomial is divided by x plus 1. So find p of minus 1. What is p of minus 1? Give here. It is minus 1 whole cube plus minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1. Isn't it? So you know negative 1 whole cube or minus 1 whole cube, we know it is again minus 1. Because minus raised to odd numbers will be always minus, isn't it? So minus 1 whole raised to 3, it is again minus 1. Now minus 1 whole raised, that is even number. It will be a positive number, that is plus 1. Now plus and minus will become minus 1. Here it is plus 1. So we know minus and plus, it becomes 0. Again minus and plus 1, it becomes 0, which means it becomes 0 there. Clear? So this is equal to 0. Since we got the answer as 0 here, okay, or you are getting, since we got the answer as what? 0. So what we can say about remainder? Remainder is equal to 0. Okay. Now we got the remainder. Since we got the remainder as 0, what we can say about this x plus 1? Here p of minus 1 was our remainder. We got remainder is equal to 0. So we got the remainder is equal to 0. So what we can say about this x plus 1? We can say x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial p of x. We will come to that in our factor theorem. Is it clear now? So we can get here remainder is equal to 0. Now we will see another question. We will take p of x is equal to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1 itself, and we will take g of x is equal to some x minus pi. Pi is any, pi value, isn't it? You have studied what is pi value. So g of x is equal to x minus pi. So you will have confusion. What will be the 0 of this polynomial, isn't it? What will be the 0? 0 of x minus pi equal to, what is the 0 of x minus pi? We will take x minus pi is equal to 0, and from here we will get the value of x. So x is equal to 0 plus pi, that is pi. So what is the 0 of x minus pi? It is 0 of x minus pi is, what is it? It is x is equal to pi. So what will be remainder? Remainder is equal to p of pi. Clear? So what is p of pi? Give it here. P of pi is equal to, so instead of x we are going to give pi. It is pi cube plus pi square plus pi plus 1. Is it possible for us to reduce again to lower form? No, we will keep it as such itself. Clear? So we will say here when p of x, this polynomial p of x is divided by g of x is equal to x minus pi, then remainder is p of pi. We are getting as pi cube plus pi square plus pi plus 1. Clear? I think you are clear with the problems of finding remainder. And there are one more type question where we are having different, p of x can be the same. We are taking g of x in different ways. You can take g of x is equal to some 2x plus 3. This way also you can take. Clear? Different types of or different models, that is g of x has changes here. Here we got g of x is equal to 2x plus 3. So here also to find the remainder you have to get the 0 of this g of x. To get the 0 of g of x, what we are doing? 2x plus 3 we are equating to 0. you will get 2x is equal to minus 3. X is equal to minus 3 divided by 2. Okay. So 0 of 2x plus 3 is what? It is minus 3 by 2. So what will be the remainder? Remainder is equal to P of minus 3 by 2. Okay, is it clear? So you have to get P of minus 3 by 2. Give it here. That is P of minus 3 by 2 is equal to, it is minus 3 by 2 whole cube plus minus 3 by 2 whole square plus minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Now you have to do the calculation. Minus 3 whole cube. We have studied x by y whole raised to m is equal to x raised to m divided by y raised to m. We have studied this bit. So minus 3 by 2 whole cube, you can find the cube of the numerator divided by the cube of the denominator. So you will get minus 3 whole cube, which is minus 27 by 2 cube, it is 8. Now plus minus 3 whole square, it is 9 by minus 2 square, it is 4. Then plus and minus becomes minus 3 by 2 plus 1. Okay. Again, you know, if you get like this way with the fractions, you have to take the LCM. What will be the LCM of 8, 4, 2 and 1 here? It is equal to 8. So, make the denominator whole divided by 8. LCM is equal to 8. So, here already it is 8. So, it is minus 27. Now, 9, 4 into 2, we know it is 8. So, you have to multiply here also 9 with 2. 9 2s are plus 18. Now, it is minus, what is it? 2 into 4. So, minus 3 into 4, it is minus 12. Now, here it is minus plus 8. Okay. Now, I will do the calculations. 18 plus 8 is 26. Now, 26 minus 27 is minus 1. Now, minus 1 minus 12. Isn't it? 18 plus 8 is 26. Now, 26 minus 27, it is minus 1. Now, minus 1 minus 12 is minus 13. So, what we are getting? Minus 13 by 8. Minus 13 by 8 is our remainder. Clear? So, if you get your g of x is in this form also, you can get the remainder. Just find the 0 of this g of x. Then, with that value, for that value of x, you find p of minus 3 by 2. So, we will get the remainder. So, you are getting remainder is equal to minus 13 by 8. I think it is clear. That is problems related to remainder theorem, how to find the remainder. Okay, when g of a, when the divisor is a linear polynomial. So, I told remainder theorem is used only when the divisor is a linear polynomial. Okay, I think it is clear to you all. So, we will move to the next factor theorem. So, we have seen what is remainder theorem. When p of x is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a, remainder equal to p of a. That is remainder theorem. Factor theorem, it is the extension of this remainder theorem. That is, we know when remainder is p of a, that is by remainder theorem. When remainder p of a equal to 0, you can say x minus a is a factor. That is factor theorem. Clear? I will give an example. P of x is equal to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. When it is divided by g of x is equal to x plus 1. You know what is the remainder by remainder theorem? It is 0 of x plus 1 you have to find. Yes? What it is? Minus 1. So what will be remainder? Just p of minus 1. Remainder equal to p of minus 1. P of minus 1 equal to, that is a remainder, isn't it? So find p of minus 1. P of minus 1 means minus 1 whole cube plus minus 1 whole square plus minus 1 plus 1. So we will get minus 1 whole cube is minus 1 plus minus 1 whole square, it is 1. Then plus and minus will become minus, then plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 0, minus 1 plus 1 0, so you are getting as 0. So what is the remainder? It is p of minus 1. You are getting remainder is equal to 0. We know that if remainder is equal to 0, you can say x minus a is a factor of p of x. That is factor theorem. Here we got remainder is equal to 0. So what we can say about this x plus 1? X plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial p of x. That is what we are stating for a factor theorem. So factor theorem, it states that, what is the statement of factor theorem? P of x is a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1. So remainder theorem, when I said remainder theorem, I told why we are taking p of x as a degree greater than or equal to 1. Because we are dividing by a linear polynomial of degree 1. So we should have a p of x with degree equal to this 1 or greater than 1. Then only we will be able to do our division, isn't it? So p of x is a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1. Then when p of x is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a, then what states? Remainder theorem states that a, where a can be any real number. Okay. Remainder theorem states that first one, x minus a is a factor of this p of x. X minus a is a factor of p of x if the remainder equal to 0. What is the remainder? If p of a equal to 0. That is the first condition. And also we have a converse of this one, or reverse we can say, for a factor theorem. So in factor theorem we are studying two conditions. One is x minus a is a factor of p of x if p of a is equal to 0. And the converse of this one, or reverse order, we can say p of a equal to 0. P of a is equal to 0 if x minus a is a factor. I think it is clear to you. That is, x minus a is a factor of p of x if the remainder, that is p of a, equal to 0. If first is if we are getting, if the remainder is equal to 0, what we can say? X minus a is a factor. We are using both these conditions to solve problems using factor theorem. So factor theorem states that p of x is a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1 when p of x is divided by the linear polynomial x minus a, then x minus a is a factor of p of x if p of a equal to 0. And second one, p of a is equal to 0 if x minus a is a factor. So to check whether it is a factor, you have to just check whether the remainder is equal to 0. That is, p of a is equal to 0. And suppose if it is given to us the remainder is equal to 0, you can directly take x minus a is a factor of p of x. That are the two conditions we are studying under this factor theorem. Okay. So we are using both the conditions to solve problems. And I will say condition, suppose p of x is divided by x minus 1. To check x minus 1 is a factor, what you have to say here? 0 of this one you have to find first to find the remainder. So what is the 0 of x minus 1? Is 1 actually, isn't it? 1, that is the value of the variable that makes the total value equal to 0. Here it is 1. So 0 of x minus 1 is 1. So what will be our remainder? It is p of 1. Clear? So x minus 1 is a factor of p of x if p of 1 equal to 0. Clear to you? And if it is given P of 1 is equal to 0, then you can say P of 1 is equal to 0 if x minus a is a factor of P of x. Clear? That is, x minus 1 is a factor of P of x if P of 1 equal to 0. Second case, what we can say, P of 1 is equal to 0 if x minus a is a factor of P of x. Clear? That is for negative. If it was like P of x is divided by x plus 1. Now what is the 0 of this x plus 1? It is minus 1, isn't it? So how can you say the remainder here? X plus 1 is a factor of P of x if, what will be the remainder? It is P of minus 1. When it was x minus 1, it is P of 1. When it is x plus 1, it is P of minus 1. That sign depends upon the 0 of the divisor we are using. Is it clear? So I think the factor theorem is clear to you. And we will see the problems of factor theorem. Okay, we will see the problems. Suppose we take P of x is equal to some x square plus 2x plus 1. Clear? I want to check whether x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial P of x. Okay, check. X plus 1 is a factor of P of x. How to check x plus 1 is a factor of P of x? I just want to find whether the remainder is equal to 0 or not. Is it clear now? So, I'll take to check x plus 1 is a factor. This is the divisor and this will be our dividend. Okay. So, we know when this polynomial P of x is divided by x plus 1, I have to check x plus 1 is a factor. To check x plus 1 is a factor, I have to find the remainder when this is divided by x plus 1. To find the remainder, I have to find the 0 of this polynomial x plus 1. So, we will first take x plus 1 equal to 0. So, x is equal to minus 1. What is the 0 of this polynomial x plus 1? It is minus 1. So, remainder, or we will take, or we can find, you know, x plus 1 is a factor of P of x if P of minus 1 equal to 0, isn't it? By factor theorem. So, we will find P of minus 1. What is P of minus 1? It is minus 1 whole square plus 2 into minus 1 plus 1. So, minus 1 whole square, you know, it is plus 1. 2 into minus 1, it is minus 2 plus 1. 1 plus 1, it is 2. So, we will get 2 minus 2, that is equal to 0. So, what we get here? P of minus 1 is equal to 0. So, since we got P of minus 1 is equal to 0, what we can say about x plus 1? X plus 1 is a factor of P of x. This is how we check whether a polynomial is a factor of the given polynomial or not. Okay. Now, we will have another type of question. Suppose a polynomial is given to you and there is an unknown like some k here. I am taking that as k. That is x square plus 2x plus k. Okay. Now, we are asked to find the value of k. Where the given condition. You are asked to find the value of k given x plus 1 is a factor. It's already given to us x plus 1 is a factor. Okay. If it is given to us x plus 1 is a factor, we can directly take p of the 0 of this one is minus 1. P of minus 1 equal to 0. So, taking p of minus 1 equal to 0, you are going to get the value of k. Is it clear? Why we took p of minus 1 directly equal to 0? Because it is already given to us given x plus 1 is a factor. So, question is find a polynomial. In the polynomial p of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus k. find the value of k if x plus 1 is a factor. If x plus 1 is a factor, by factor theorem, you can say p of minus 1 equal to 0. From where we are getting this minus 1? It is a 0 of this factor x plus 1. Clear? So, p of minus 1 equal to 0, we can directly take. So, we are going to find p of minus 1. That is, you are getting minus 1 whole square plus 2 into minus 1 plus k, that is equal to 0. So, minus 1 whole square is 1, 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 plus k equal to 0. Okay. So, 1 minus 2, it is minus 1 plus k equal to 0. Transposing this negative 1, it becomes positive 1. So, you will get k is equal to 0 plus 1, which is k is equal to 1. So, value of k equal to 1. Clear? So, two types of problems we are solving using the factor theorem. One is to check whether a polynomial is a factor. And second one, to find the value of an unknown in a given polynomial given a factor. That is, a factor is given to x plus 1. You have to just find the value of k. If it is a factor, directly we can say remainder is equal to 0. Taking a remainder as 0, you can get the value of the unknown variable k. I think it is clear. Factor theorem is also clear, and the problems related to factor theorem is also clear to you. So, write your book neatly, copy, I will give you the notes in this section, and copy the notebooks, copy your notes and write neatly, and if you have any doubt, you can contact me. We have the notes, so you can take down the notes, copy to your notebook, write neatly. Second question. And this is your third question. Here in this question, you have to check whether 2t plus 1 is a factor. Then the next note, that is factorization of polynomial. Under factorization of polynomials, we are studying factor theorem. You can copy down. So, factor theorem, it states if p of x is a polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1 and a is any real number, then x minus a is a factor of p of x if p of a is equal to 0. And second case, p of a is equal to 0 if x minus a is a factor of p of x. Next, we have the problems related to factor theorem. Next, second problem. So you will have little more you are having to write this time as notes. Copy all this to your notebook, and also I will give your worksheet questions. So after copying this, you can take down your worksheet questions. For that, you open your textbook, take page number 40. You can do the exercise problems, exercise 2.3. So do exercise 2.3, question number 1, 2 and 3 as homework. And along with this, again you have worksheet. For that, you have take the page number 43 and you can do question number 1, 2 and 3. I think it is clear. Take page number 43, question number 1, 2 and 3. Do it as your worksheet problems or homework. So copy all this question. I know little more you are having to write this time. No problem. All these are problems. You copy it to your notebook. Homeworks also you have to do it in your notebook.